Cross-border child protection is very necessary, but because children are arriving in one state of the European Union and they do not necessarily stay there. So obviously the cross-border cooperation is necessary. There should be information sharing, and that cooperation should lead to a better protection of the children.
We need to have clear protocols how child protection authorities in different countries can talk to each other in many different very frequent cases. So whether it's family tracing, whether it's in the case of children going missing, whether it's in the case of children being separated from their families, whether it's in the case of getting information that you need to make a best interest assessment in many different cases of children. I also believe that it would be a very big step forward if we would actually start moving in the direction of having a European child protection agency, federation, alliance, network established. Because these things, they are too important to be left to ad hoc structures. These things are too important to be left to a few good-willing countries who may have these protocols. We need to have a European-wide approach to protecting children.
I think we have to use the media, but also the NGOs and the smaller organizations has to use media to address the issue. Like a long feature film, like what I've did is you can address a certain group of people and we go to schools with it. But I think if you use shorter clips, it humanizes more refugees than just text.
We need to make the problem visible. We need to actually draw attention that bad policies, bad legislation leads not only to children going missing, but leads to children being abused, trafficked, exploited, raped, killed. And I think we need to also broaden our understanding of what are the symptoms and what are the causes of children disappearing, children not trusting the systems. So children going missing is a synonym for many problems that we need to tackle. And they start from having systems that children trust in, from having legislation that works for children, that is designed for children. And we need to have the people and the places fit for children, so those who come into contact with children at the borders, in asylum procedures, in reception centers. We need to have places where children feel that they get cared for, and this cannot be detention, never a detention center. And we need to have the protocols and the policies in place. And in order to get the issue on the agenda, we need to make politicians, legislators and publics feel accountable for the child and feel accountable for every child regardless of where they are from, but for every child that is here with us.
Well, conferences like the ones we are having here these days, in particular with the motivation and the enthusiasm demonstrated by the President of Malta, are obviously very important, especially since we have had the presence at our conference of European decision makers, including the Commissioner Avramopoulos, but also Minister Abela, who is currently holding the chair of the Council of Ministers, the chairmanship of the European Union. And I mean, when they are confronted with the reality on the ground, which many of the people here present at this conference know very well, then I think the penny drops, because one thing is being in your office and discussing matters with your colleagues and your staff. Another thing is hearing really what is happening.
Younger people who are the future, they don't use the traditional media. They don't read newspaper or watch television. I think they have to use social media in a proper way, not how they use social media now.
I hope what will happen in the end of the day is that there will be a European action plan, a framework within which member states will have to act, not because we like other pieces of paper, but we need also to be able to address issues which are set out in such paper, so that we can help to improve it. There is a very unfortunate relationship being construed between criminality, taking over employment, so which creates a sort of xenophobic attitude. We have to counter that kind of thinking, and we have to explain protecting children is an integral component of the security issues, because if children are not properly protected, then obviously they will turn to the criminals. The criminal organizations are waiting. They're waiting to catch these children. And then what happens? They will exploit them. They will generate income from that kind of exploitation. And what do we know about the use of these funds? They go into other additional criminal activities. It's in everybody's interest that children are protected, not only for the children themselves. They should come first. But it's the society as a whole which will benefit from better protection mechanism for unaccompanied migrant minors.
The point would be that we need to be better at telling the stories. We need to be better at demonstrating and showing how children and who are the children that fall through the cracks. We need to, I think, be clear about accountabilities, and also I think we need to address lies. And I think it's very important that we distinguish between legitimate fears and concerns of the public and lies and faulty information that is being spread. I think we need to be better at countering lies, and we need to, in that way, reassure the public that we all have a contribution to make. It's the teachers that actually look out for children and register and alarm when a child doesn't show up. It's the reception center manager. It's the health official that actually sees a sign of domestic violence. It's the border police that is trained and has a sense of where there could be a child at risk. And it's all of us. We're seeing children on the streets that are, clearly not where they're supposed to be. And have we asked ourselves, who is accountable? What can we do? Have we done our right as citizens to vote for parliamentarians, for politicians that take this issue seriously? Let's be sure that we are heard, that our concerns are heard, and that will bring the public along.